gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect T, here live on the Dukect Lounge, live on TalkShoe.com. Thank you so much for being here, and we have some stuff to get into. So right now, let's talk about some things. First things first, I got some news about the whole Impact not being on Twitch anymore. Well, they somehow got back on it. So yeah, they're back on Twitch. So that's a good thing, and hopefully they learned their lesson and, not put their, their Skinamax stuff on Twitch. And if they can, and if they're smart, they will be like, you know what? Let's go and let's not put that on Twitch. Let's try to put that on, maybe, on Pornhub or whatever. Just saying. But right now, we're going to talk about some wrestling tonight. We're going to a full wrestling show. But first, we're going to get into some AEW. We're going to talk a little about the AEW. We're going to talk about we could call Bash at the Beach Part 2, which I think it pretty much is. It's pretty much that beach theme continue on, but this time on a cruise ship, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Rock and Rager, Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea. Part 2, Second Wave. This is the sequel of his last one last year, which was pretty successful. And you know what? This now has a bit of the AEW flavor, which is nice. But anyway, let's get into the stuff here. We're getting to our first match. It is the AEW Tag Team Championship match as the Drunk Man Page, a.k.a. Hangman Page, and Kenny Omega versus the Tag Team Champions, SCU. It just seems like yesterday, Adam Page was the number one contender for the AEW Championship, and you almost forget that he had a feud with Joey Ryan after he had a feud with Joey Ryan that involved penis druids and a talking cowboy boot. Yeah, that actually did happen. Look it up. But anyway, I wouldn't be surprised that his drunkenness will actually slowly turn, his cowboy boots will start talking to him again. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into the match. Honestly, this match was really, really good. And by the way, I have to say this. I love the entire look of the entire AEW Dynamite. It felt just so, and I missed that from wrestling. That you really not just in sets, but also locations. Every time I look at, say, WWE, Impact Wrestling, or Ring of Honor, and all the stuff here, it just feels so samey and boring. It felt like it just is like it's interchangeable. From a small arena to the big arena and everything else in between. There's nothing in that, you don't really know. It feels like it's the same place for the most part. In Impact and Ring of Honor, it's more often not. It actually is the same place they tape all their shows and such. But it does feel like there's nothing really, it goes into interesting stuff, I mean, that to me is it just feels like, even if they go to London or whatever, the only time you feel like it's London, A, it's on tape delay, and B, they have a British phone booth there. Yeah, we're in London. Chip Perio and stuff. Look at that. We got the London cars and London phones. Aren't we wacky? That's what it feels like. It's not really there. This, wow, the set was amazing. I love it. I love the set. It was fun. It was exciting, and something I really wish that again, WWE really just needs to do more often. And I know the reason why they don't, because audio issues, the wind, the weather is a little bit out there and such. You can't control it, and you want to have a more controlled environment. I get that. I get the fact you want a controlled environment. You don't want to have things go off kilter. But come on now, man. Look, that was amazing. It felt so. The entire set felt so lively, so fun, so Rock and Wrestle. It felt so, I mean, when you look at the set, and I'll put some pictures up here, it feels like, man, it feels like a different show every week. Every time I look at this, it feels like a different time, a different show. And you know what? It feels that way. It feels like it is a different type of set, you know? The Jericho Cruise stuff just feels so great, and I love it. Yeah, and that's was, and I was like, man, I truly wish they could do, hopefully other arenas, other things, can do more, do that stuff out there. I mean, could be, I would love that. I would love to see more of this stuff around the Chris Jericho Cruise. I think that could be something really, really cool. I hope they could do more of these. It's just, I like it. And I really like the set there. It's beautiful. But let's take a look at the match, though. The match itself is beautiful, too. Both teams, great chemistry with each other. Action on point. Everything this match was great. I loved it. Especially it looked like it was going to be like, oh boy, SU's going to win with that miscommunication when he hits that buckshot lariat on Page. Nope. It didn't. He kicked out and such. It looked like it was over. But no. Bam. They kept the match going. And they had a commercial break and they came back, and then you had SCU hit their finishing move, the SCU later. But then Page came in, knocked, broke up that pin. And Hangman took down Scorpio Sky with the buckshot lariat, knocked one of the little lights on the stage and such, and then he hit one with Kazarian to win the tag team championships as Page and Omega beat SCU. This is the first time AEW championships has changed hands. In fact, the original title holders, Rio and Chris Jericho, are the only ones who are AEW champions that have not changed hands. The SCU has that, unfortunate moniker. And, yeah. But you know what? SCU had a really good reign. I hope that means, I hope they will still be around. I think, honestly, maybe the Scorpio Sky can transition more into the singles competitorship. I think he had a really good match with Chris Jericho. And I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe later on this year, we might see a Scorpio Sky getting another shot at the world title and maybe, just maybe winning it. Or a mid-card belt. Who knows? But anyway, it was great. And I love the ratings of match and such. He feels great. He feels everything else was awesome. They've seen that Page and Omega being the first tag, they're great, and you have the Elite coming out, they're celebrating. But guess what? Hangman Page just left and said, "Screw you guys, I'm going." Left body surf with beer in his hand. With he had the tag team champion on one side and a beer in the hand the other while crowd surfing, which. What a way to start a show. That's one way to start a show, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. That is the way to do it. That's nice. What else? Let's see. What else happened? I mean, there was some good, like I said, good stuff there. Let's see. Next up, we have Dr. Britt Baker versus Priscilla Kelly. This was a decent match. Britt Baker did some stuff. Priscilla Kelly, I mean, she did some good stuff here. I thought that it was decent. She didn't embarrass herself. I think she did a pretty good job. Much better. This was a lot better than the women's match last week. But then again, if you have to say mediocrity is better than it's the best thing you can go for, then you really need to work in. Again, this reminds me so much that they really, really need to work in that division. I know they have AEW Dark. You saw a lot of good stuff. I think Big Swole had a great match with Dynamite. I need to watch that again. I need to watch and such. There are good stuff there, and the pieces are there. I hope in 2020 They get a new champion. I like Riho, but I think get her a championship. You know, have her win a title, lose her belt to say Swole or, you know, maybe Nyla. I wouldn't mind that. So let's, you know, build that up again. Who knows? But yeah, this was not really a good. I didn't care for this match. But then you have then again, you know, you have Britt Baker winning the match with her with a submission, and then she had an interview with Tony Schiavone, and then basically dressed him down for whatever reason, and I'm just like, and then kept promoting herself right until the break, and then and I loved there was a GIF out there if I can find out, put it like this GIF, like it's like, I was like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I'm like, man, you gotta put respect on Tony's name. Put respect on it, man. You know, I don't care if he serves Starbucks barista or whatever. Man, put some food. He would put his food on his table. I don't know what's wrong with that. But yeah, it's just, I hope that. And by the way, the promo was decent, but lacking, and it's a shame because there's so many good and great promo talkers and stuff in AEW. And again, something that the AEW women's division is lacking is that strong promo voice, that strong promo ability and such. We haven't had that yet. And until the women's division has that, I mean, who is a strong promo, you know, in the AEW women's division? Who is it? If you say, if you say it's you know, oh gosh, Brandy Rhodes, that's no good. Well, that's a shame. But hopefully by year's end, we'll start to have some build up. And, you know, hopefully the Nightmare Collective will be gone, and we don't have to see that stuff again by mid-2020. Who knows? Anyway, next up is the Jurassic Express versus the Inner Circle. And this was fun. Again, these Jurassic Express really, really have that connection with the crowd. And I'm like, I know the Inner Circle, you know, Chris Jericho's boat and such. And once again, I mean, there's so much, you know, good stuff. I mean, Marco Strutt right there is probably the most, you know, likable babyface on one of the likable babyface in the Jurassic Express. Same as Jungle Boy, same as Luchasaurus. There's some really good stuff there, but I'm just wondering. I'm like, when are they gonna start winning matches? You know, when are they gonna start winning matches of importance? I want them to start winning because people will turn on them if they don't start. They need to start winning. I want them to win matches. They're so good. And I'm like, why are you just setting them up, man? I know, I'm not saying they need to win every match, but let them start winning some matches, damn it. I want them to win something important so they can actually get something. I want to see the Jurassic Express win tag team gold. I want them to actually be, you know, featured on show, you know, have winning streaks, be important to the show. Now, it just seems like they're this popular crowd, but they never really get... And then eventually, if they keep being losers, the crowd are going to turn on them. I hope the AEW people behind the scenes realize they got money behind Jurassic Express, and they start pushing them in 2020. And they start doing that. Because if not, well, they're going to be a very cautionary tale. And that's not going to be a good thing. Because, again, I love these guys, and they can't seem to win. They can't seem to win in these big, important matches. But yeah, spoiler, I did enjoy the match though. But Jericho wins with the Judas Effect, knocking out Marco Strutt. As reason why that is because, well, Jack Hager got in people's way again, and Luchasaurus is fighting against him, and they fought to the behind the scenes. So who knows? I mean, we haven't seen Hager fight. Is he going to be the first match of Luchasaurus? I don't know. But who knows? But yeah, it was fun. You know, I want to see Jungle Boy pick up a big victory against Chris Jericho. But yeah, they need to have big win. And maybe with the Trios Championships they will. And if they do, I'm like, please, give them something, AEW. Give them something that important. Next up is MJF with no Warlow, surprisingly. As he was going around making people kiss the ring. It's the bad boy, Joey Janela, who I honestly try to care for, but I'm like, But this was a decent match. Joey Janela had some good stuff. I love MJF's he just can't believe the shock, and it's like, oh, my back, the superplexes and everything else hurts his back. Then you had super bad Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. They tried a distraction, and MJF beats him and picks up the victory. And then Cody comes out after MJF had, this is a decent promo for MJF. Once again, in promo department, AEW shines. And Cody comes out of the ring, and they made, and the simplest things, he said, he couldn't do anything. He can't touch. Cody cannot touch cannot touch him and can't do anything until Revolution, which is, oh my goodness, it's in February. So a whole month, ladies and gentlemen, an entire month. He can't touch the dude for an entire month. So that's going to be fun. That's fun, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be how Cody is not going to lose his mind, but I think he had it when he pretty much, says, I don't need to hit you, but at the end of the day, he finds two of his boys with a super kick party. I love JR calling it sweet chin music. I'm like, I thought W would come after him like that, but no. But yeah, MJF got invited to a super kick party, and then they made him, made him go into the pool. And I like the fact at the end of that segment, the crowd's chanting, "He can't swim, he can't swim, he can't swim, he can't swim." And then we get to our main event. The Bastard Pac takes on the one-eyed man, One-Eyed Moxley, a.k.a. Punish Moxley, if you are a solid fan. Goes in this match, for the most part. Last time these guys fought, it ended in a time limit draw. This time there must be a winner for the number one contendership. And Moxley, just continuing to get them back, fighting. And you got Pac come up, bam, head suplex, boom. That's it. 1, 2, that's it. Moxley and Pac goes back and forth. They just continue to have great chemistry with each other. And then it looked like, for a while, it looked like Moxley was going to lose. And I'm like, wow, Pac might actually get the championship match. It would be surprising to me that he actually got the title match. He would have gotten it. That would have been amazing. It would have been shocking if that would have happened, ladies and gentlemen. But no. Pac fought back and picked up the victory as he hit him another DDT and a double arm DDT, and then the Paragon Shift DDT to pick up the victory, and he becomes the new number one contender to finally get revenge on the Inner Circle for ruining his eye. And one way to get that revenge is to beat the La Champion 1, 2, 3 and get the AEW World Championship. So yeah, that was pretty much the Bash at the Beach 2, Jericho's Boogaloo part. So it was fun. This was a really good, again, very good show. A continuation to nice storylines. I like the fact that we have new champions, SCU. The continuous building out to Britt Baker. We don't know what she's going to be doing the next. What is she going to do? Is she going to finally turn heel? Maybe she might be the one taking over heel or not. Lila Rose. Who knows? We also see Jurassic Express, whatever, win a match. But I did like the continuity continue with Jericho and Jungle Boy. So hopefully they might have a rematch in the future. And who knows, maybe Jungle Boy will kick up his first singles win. That would be something. And then you have maybe Joe Janela and then Kip Sabian. Those two feuds can get in. And you have MGF and Cody. They're still feuding. Good stuff. And Pac and Moxley. Moxley picks up the big victory. And Pac, well, hopefully he'll fade away and, well, make Veer, will just continue to look sad and, just feel like sad and angry going after maybe, Kenny Omega. Who knows? But that's probably what's going to happen. Anyway, I did highly recommend this match. It's fun. Not the matches, but also all the matches. I highly recommend watching the replay when they do it. If you have TNT, the digital stuff, you can watch the replay over there. I highly recommend watching the show. It's fun and exciting, and you will not regret this. And you know what? I'm not going to regret taking a break because I need to get a little bit of water in me, a little bit of the bubbly. No, not that. A little bit of the water because my throat's getting a little parched. But yeah, we're going to take a small break, and next up, we're going to continue on the wrestling thing. As we're going to talk about, and we're going to preview the Royal Rumble. I know people have not been talking about it, but I think there's going to be some things we can say about the Royal Rumble. I think there's some stuff and my pick to win both men and women's, best men and women's, the winners of the Royal Rumble. I will talk about that here. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, take a small little break. I'll be right back here live on TalkShoe.com in the Dukect Lounge. Thanks so much for joining me, Dukect. We'll be right back right after this.